So is all this 25th Amendment talk a little premature? And how exactly does it work? Only one person to ask, Judge Andrew Napolitano, Fox News senior judicial analyst. You've been very busy working on the story. Welcome back, Judge.
Well, thank you, and it's good to be with you. The 25th Amendment was ratified in 1967, 4 years after the Kennedy assassination, when there was a fear and concern amongst political leaders in both parties. Suppose he had survived and was brain damaged. Yeah. Who would be the president? Would it be Mrs. Kennedy? Sounds far-fetched, but Mrs. Wilson was effectively the president after Woodrow Wilson had a stroke two-thirds of the way through his second term, and he was unable to speak or communicate. Correct. So the idea that they came up with is if the vice president and a majority of the cabinet, 9 human beings, decide that the president is incapacitated, he's incapacitated for 21 days and he's out of the White House. If he then signs a declaration
it's like a 5150.
Yes, but think of this, 9 people to nullify the wishes of 60 million. Yeah. A lot of people have argued, I among them, that this is a lawful coup, or it is the basis for a lawful coup, the takeover of the government by lawful, but what we would not consider democratic means. But it's in the Constitution, so it's the supreme law of the land. Of course, it's never been used. If the president signs a declaration after 21 days, I am capacitated, and the majority of the cabinet agrees he's back. If they disagree, then we get into what you were talking about in your monologue. It goes to the Congress, and then it would take 2/3 of both houses to keep him out permanently.
What are the chances of that happening?
I think it's extremely, extremely narrow. I think the whole thing is extremely narrow with him. But you also bring up a great point in your monologue. There's no definition of incapacity. I mean, we know what they were talking about because we have historical records from 1967.
Yes.
The type of incapacitation they had in mind. I don't know that it was the type of things that are articulated, even if you take them as being truthful, and some people are challenging them, in Michael Wolff's book. Even if everything in the book is true, does this rise to the level of constitutional incapacity, the inability to discharge the duties of office?
No, I think it turns into an orgy of relativism.
It does.
And
then it's, do you hate him or do you not hate him? Do you want him out because you don't like what he eats and the way he sounds and what he says about himself? Or do you really think he's incapable of being the president of the United States? It's dangerous, in my view, for democracy that we are having this conversation, and that people, again, if the Wolff book is accurate, in the West Wing, this is not the cloakroom of the Democrats in the House where there is extreme hatred for the president. These are the people that he's hired to work for him. If they're talking about the 25th Amendment, this is dangerous stuff, and we're in dangerous times.
So what do we do now?
I don't know what advice to give him. The advice I've been giving him this morning, to the extent that he wants advice from me, is not to be interviewed by the FBI. No, I realize we're switching gears a little bit, but no serious criminal defense lawyer would ever, you can put as many evers in there as you want, let his client be interviewed by the people that are prosecuting him.
Alan Dershowitz said the same thing. He said, however, my client has never been the president of the United States.
Correct.
That obviously changes things. He said he would never encourage the president to invoke the Fifth Amendment.
Not only is he the president, he's the extremely strong-willed individual who probably said to his lawyers, get me a meeting with Mueller and I'll end this thing. I'll talk them out of it. Mr. President, you won't. These guys are the best questioners in the world, and they're looking to set a trap for you, as they did with General Flynn, as they did with Papadopoulos, as they did with, going back a few years, Martha Stewart.
I happen to agree with you. I think that's exactly what they're going to do. I'm going to talk with Buck Sexton about that a little later, and sort of the nuts and bolts of all of that. But I want to get back to this 25th Amendment issue. I mean, it just goes to show the politicization and the separation in this country and the foment and the desire to undo the results of an election that half of the country feels was unjust. Is there anything the president can do at this point to just simply govern, to simply lead?
Give his iPhone to General Kelly. That might help. And talk about the economy, which is roaring. I happen to think we're aiming for a bubble, and it's going to burst on his watch. But right now it's roaring, and people are making a lot of money, and people are going back to work, and people are staying in their jobs. And that's what I think he's actually talking about, or talked about that earlier today in Nashville.
You can't have this kind of spending and tax cuts and expect to sustain the growth. They absolutely have to cut spending if they're going to have any meaningful long-term.
You're preaching to the converted on that, but even the Republicans are in favor of adding to the debt.
Yeah, they become
addicted. At the end, if he serves 4 years, which I believe he will, and most people do, $25 trillion in debt.
Wow.
$1 trillion a year in debt service. What's $1 trillion a year? 40% of federal tax revenue going to pay interest on the debt.
Yeah, and it's
very,
only going to
very
get
dangerous.
worse and worse.
At some point, people will stop paying taxes because they're not getting anything for it.
All right, Judge Napolitano, thank you so much. Great to see you.
You're welcome. Good to see you.
Excellent insight.
Have you warmed
always.
up yet from New Year's Eve?
I'm still a kensicle. Freezing.